Happy Valentine's Day everyone. How are you all doing? I am curious. Do you celebrate the day of love and how? Let me know in the comments. By the way, this story contains some ships such as Kiri Mina, Kami Jirao and slightly Bakudiku. If you don't support these ships, feel free to suggest some other ones you'd like to see next. Enjoy the tea. Today is Valentine's Day, the most romantic day of the year, filled with affection, compliments or even dates. This special day would be a lovely way to spend time together and just enjoy being with loved ones. But for Class 1, this day turned out to be more romantic than they thought. After an exhausting, but very exciting day full of hero practice and other training, Class 1 entered the dorm building. The tired students went to their separate rooms to get the cards, chocolates and other presents they had prepared. After a while, everyone gathered in the common room to celebrate the moment they have been waiting for. It was a calm and relaxed evening, and the muffled sound of quiet mumbling and whispering hinted at the small group of students who were chatting with each other downstairs. Most of the young heroes sat together on the big couch in the middle of the room, either flirting, cuddling or simply talking as friends. Many of the couples opened their presents, fed each other with sweet chocolate pralines or read the dear long love letters they got. Unfortunately, the peaceful atmosphere didn't last for long. It didn't take much time until Mina came running down the stairs, almost tripping over her own feet. She arrived in the common room and stopped in front of her friends while her lungs seemed to scream for air. Mina was holding a plain, white rectangle-shaped thing in her hand, excitedly waving it around. Guys, guess what I just picked up from the ground? Whoa, calm down, babe. What are you so excited about? And what's that thing in your hand? What is that? A cheat sheet? Do you want to tell us your plan to snitch on someone again? Some of the students began to chuckle as they heard Sus' sarcastic question. For real. I kinda felt bad for Mineta as you exposed him that day in front of the class, and Azura. Touching my boobs was reason enough to punish him. Yeah, I guess so. What is it now that you are so excited to show us? Just look at this. The young student held the object closer to her boyfriend's face so that he could see it better. A letter? No, you are so wrong. It's even better. It's a love letter for Valentines. That aroused the others' curiosity and they began to examine the paper precisely. Open it up. Some of the remaining students of Class 1 came down the stairs to join the others and were wondering about all the buzz downstairs. Hello guys. What's going on down here? Hey Midoriya. What's up guys? Mina found a love letter upstairs. Why didn't you open it yet? We were about to, but you came. Is there any name on the envelope? We didn't think of that. Let's take a look. After some minutes they found nothing. No name, no sign, nothing. Just a regular white envelope. AWW, I really wanted to know who it was from. Just open it already. Shouldn't we give it to the person it was addressed to instead of just going through other people's stuff? Chill out, class president. We are just gonna look inside. There was no name on it, so we should be fine. Also, if we look inside we might find out who it belongs to and then we can rightfully give it to them. If you say so. I'm curious to see what's inside. I can't open it faster than I already do. The pink-haired student tried to open the envelope as quick as possible, while intending not to rip it. Mina slowly pulled out the letter and handed the empty sheet of paper it had been inside to the person next to her. She started reading the first few lines, with the same calm expression on her face. What does it say? Are there any names? No, but that's so romantic. Let us read too. Yeah. Give us that sparkly letter. Aoyama excitedly took the letter out of Mina's hands and began to read the words himself while the others tried to get a glance at the written lines. How about you just read them out? No, it was your idea, so you do it. Alright. Aoyama gave the sheet to the green-haired boy and he began to read. Roses are red, violets are blue. This is for the love of my life, which happens to be you. Those words coming from Midoriya's mouth sound totally fabulous. Sounds like he is confessing straight to me. EI babe. Don't be so mean. You know I would never leave you for someone else. Not even for that adorable cinnamon bun. Mina stepped forward and kissed her boyfriend on the cheek, whereupon they turned the shade of red. Your cheeks are almost as red as your hair, by the way. Kirishima tried to hide his blushing face, but the pink-haired girl took his hands and gently put them around her waist. Ijiro immediately understood what she was planning and pulled Mina into a tight, cozy hug. After a minute they let go of each other and sat down next to their friends again. Should I continue reading? Yeah. I may not be the best at writing poems as you just saw, but I want you to know something. Ever since we met, my feelings for you have gone crazy, and they are even stronger when I am around you. It's difficult to hide these emotions. I can barely prevent my cheeks from blushing when you look at me. Sorry to interrupt you. I just wanted to ask if anyone noticed someone blushing a lot lately? No, not really. No one besides the ones who are already dating. The Pomeranian could have wrote the letter. Bakabro? Are you sure, Aoyama? He never blushes. The way he looks at Midoriya is proof enough for me. Don't even try to convince me that he still hates him. I mean, it could be possible they become friends. Not with that grumpy attitude of his. Anyway, let's continue reading. I want to read. Can I please continue? Yeah, sure, why not? Midoriya gave the sheet to Toru, who quickly went through the text and began to read it out loud. For too long I've been too shy, too scared to open up and confess my feelings. Only the thought of you rejecting me terrified me. I was afraid of losing my hope in our love, so my feelings remained a secret. Looking back now, I am convinced this was the most stupid option. By keeping it all to myself and not even telling my best friend, I hurt myself more than a rejection would ever do. Wow, that was a lot. That leads to the question, who wrote it? Yeah. Who was the one confessing all those emotions? Maybe you'll recognize the handwriting. Why didn't we think of that earlier? Let's see. Most of them attempted to figure out who might have written the letter, while others read the lines again. Seems like one of the boys wrote it. Yeah. None of us writes that illegible. Us boys don't have such a bad handwriting. Yeah, you really talk it down. Whatever, clearly one of the boys wrote it. I never knew any of them were that poetic. So now we know that one of us wrote it, but who? Maybe there is more text we didn't read yet. They turned the page and found another short note on the back. I hope you forgive me, my love. I wanted to confess to you in person, but I wouldn't dare to look into your caring, kind eyes and manage to retain the confidence I gathered. It would all melt away and then I'd stand there, blushing and simply staring at your beautiful short hair and the beautiful dazzle in your eyes. Is that all? Yeah. Does anyone have a clue about the writer? No, but now we know that the secret crush has short hair. That means only Eureka and Jirao are left. Me? Do you really think that letter is towards me? Jirao remained silent as thousands of thoughts of possible lovers and relationships crossed her mind. Since there is no further information, it's difficult to find out who it really is for. Maybe inside the envelope is something. He took the envelope, which was currently laying on the desk in front of them. Kirishima opened the folded piece of paper and shook it upside down. The spiky-haired boy was just about to lay the envelope back and ask the others if they had any more ideas, as something eventually fell out. Jirao bended down to pick up the little objects that just dropped to the floor. She opened her hand and instantly began to blush as she saw what was inside. Now that's definitely for Jirao. What did you pick up? Yeah, we can't see anything. Jirao opened her hands even more, so that even the ones that sat away the furthest could see what she held. In her hands was a thin, silver necklace with a little pendant that sparkled brightly. The beautiful purple stone in the middle of the silver music symbol reflected the light and made the jewelry even more shiny. That's so beautiful. That was obviously a confession to our music girl. How romantic. Such an adorable necklace. But who is it from? I think I know who wrote this letter. Jirao turned around and ran up the stairs, while still holding the necklace in her hand. She went all the way up to the boys' floor and turned in at the corridor towards the boys' dorms. She walked all the way to the end of the corridor and in the direction of the last few rooms. Kayako began to slow down as she approached her destination and stopped in front of a boys' dorm before taking a deep breath. The purple-haired girl closed her eyes, as mixed feelings spread in her body. The bunch of feelings got more and more chaotic as different thoughts flooded her mind. Fear, excitement, gratefulness, joy. The girl's feelings were like a hurricane running riot inside her. What irritated her the most was the fact that she didn't know what the reaction of her secret lover would be when he will notice her standing in front of his door. Kayaka clenched her fist with the necklace inside and looked up at the door. After taking one more deep breath, she felt strong and confident enough to whether start a relationship or completely embarrass herself because of a wrong guess. She knocked on the door and waited as footsteps came closer. A blonde-haired boy opened the door and looked at his classmate with a surprised expression on his face. "Thank you, Kaminari." She gave him a warm smile, and in the blink of an eye Jirao had wrapped his arms around him and pulled him into a gentle hug. Kaminari was speechless for some seconds. He was enormously glad that he had accomplished to finally confess to his longtime crush. "Do you wanna be my girlfriend, Jiro?" "Of course, Bolt Boy." Nothing more than that. Denki was finally free from all the anxiety and one-sided affection. All the regret he felt as he feared the rejection faded away, and a